Friends and family, welcome to another episode of Bemusing Bill. And this episode is a celebration that our beloved Sick Boy is back on all platforms. And I know this is temporary, at least as far as what REN'S said. There's a lot of big things in the works here, folks, and I'm really, really happy that things are moving in the right direction. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do this just to put Sick Boy out there again on the algorithms and help support Ren, which is what we do here on Bemusing Bill, you know? So I want to thank all the Renegades for coming out for my Cujo beatdown. I really appreciate that. I got to admit I was getting bummed because I'm getting lost in the algorithm and it's like, man, I have all these people subbed to me from Ren. It's a pillar of this channel, and where is everybody, you know? So I really do thank you guys for coming out and supporting me, and I really love you guys, you know? This is like a revisit of the great song Sick Boy, and of course I did this way back when my channel was very new. And my audio quality sucked, and the picture quality sucked. Everything sucked. Not that it's freaking great now, but it's a lot better. At least I think it's a lot better. And, you know, I'm grateful for our long journey that we're going here. Our show is approaching its 1 year anniversary very, very soon. And it's really cool to kind of step back in time and to, you know, give this a real breakdown, a real analysis. The more times I've watched it over this last 12 months or so has been, you know, eye-opening in a lot of ways, just like all of REN'S songs. There's so much you could dig into it. So I just wanted to take, you know, a fresh look at this and, you know, really just help Ren out and support the song. And, you know, this means a lot to Ren. There's a lot of Ren in this song. Now, it's not like there isn't Ren in all his songs. Of course there is. He writes from the heart, from the soul. But this song, I mean, this is like his really everything song. His frustrations in his illnesses and dealing with the medical community, dealing with the music industry, it's all wrapped up in this one song. Even names his album Sick Boy, you know? And gets the tattoo on his finger and everything. I mean, it's a big deal. So losing it was like having your baby snatched away from your arms. It's just heartbreaking. And now it's back. So I'm going to, of course, I'm going to have that link down below. I always do, because you should always go over there and give Ren your love, you know, the love thing, and show your support for independent artists, especially Ren, who has worked his whole life to get to the point he's at. You know what I mean? So I'll pull up the screen for you guys. And let's get into this, kids. Buckle up. Let's do it. That little always cracks me up for some reason. You know, it's just like he's you know what I mean? It's just a weird little thing there. Rhythmically it works, but it just hearing that is just always makes me giggle a little.
Hi Ren, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
I like how they adjusted her voice down into that low, making you sick. So you got to realize a lot of what's happening in this video is actually happening in his head. You know, so if you imagine he's just sitting across the table from the therapist, the doctor, whatever. He's experienced those things in real life. So he's just imitating life in his art. But a lot of times when he is doing stuff like this, it's what's happening in his head. I think even the horrible, dilapidated, disgusting surroundings that they're in are just representing like what's happening mentally. Obviously, if he's sitting there with the therapist, it's going to be a nice little office, maybe sterilized, carpeted, nice desk, books and degrees on the walls. You know what I mean. It wouldn't be this, like a torture chamber in a basement somewhere, So it's all being represented, what's happening in his head. Even the whole breathing thing, and he's just sitting there. It's not like she's part of that. It's what's happening up in here, that frustration, that built up tension, that anger at what's happening, And I think that's just absolutely brilliant the way he does it.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, damn so, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so.
Yeah, pushing the pills, man. Every doctor now, because they have so many incentives. Take this pill, take this pill, take this pill. Pills. Big pharma. Ren slamming that here. Just take more. Have another one. Get you on these things, because that's always the quick fix, The frustration he has here is frustration that I feel in my life with Big Pharma. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too, especially if you're chronically ill and trying to get anything. And I don't know what happened. I think in July here in the United States, there was a big price drop on medicines, and I was shocked because there have been times I have forsaken what I'm supposed to be doing to keep myself alive because I just can't afford it. And there's so many people out there in the same boat, but things have changed. And now it's like, wow, I don't know what happened, but, now all of a sudden we can afford some things again that definitely can make our life better. Not that I'm saying, because here I'm saying about the pushing the pills, they do. A lot of times I'm like, I will try this naturally. I'll do things that will try to change my lifestyle, whatever it takes. I don't like taking pills. What I'm referring to, if I want to be much more specific about it, is albuterol inhalers. They used to be so freaking expensive, and now they're like just $6 on my insurance plan. So, what I mean? Now I know I don't have to run to an emergency room if I'm having an asthmatic attack. Those kind of things I'm talking about. Not the but I mean, you could tell his frustration here, what he had to go through in those early days of treatment and everything, still is actually. So this is why it's so part of him. I mean, this is coming from his PTSD of actually dealing with it, and it's amazing. He's such an artist to be able to write all of those things into a relatively short song. Now, granted, a lot of it spreads out over many songs. Hi Ren is another aspect. There's so many. But to be able to make so much so concisely into a short, to like just a little over a 3-minute song, it's just brilliant. It's just genius. I love the part she plays. It's very cold and and almost disconnected, very by the book and routine. And I'm sure Ren has dealt with a lot of therapists that were, very much there for that point. I'm sure he had very good ones too. I'm sure that this is not a slam on therapists or nothing like that, but you could tell the way he's acting, the way she's acting, what he's trying to convey here. I believe, anyway. This is all just my opinions here of watching this so many times,
I'm about to break, boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain. Have another go. Take another pill. Here, take a couple more. Let's see how you're doing in another week or so. You'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show. Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan. Complications with the medication, inflammation.
Complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation. There is complications. Everybody sees those pharmaceutical ads out there. Everyone's enjoying life. If you hit the mute button, which is what I do every single time. If you hit that mute button and you're just watching the commercial, you have no idea what it's about. They're flying kites, they're cooking in the kitchen, they're swimming at the beach, they're jumping in a pool, packing the car for a picnic with the dog. It's like what, meanwhile they're telling you like, your ears may fall off, you may spit up slugs, anal leakage, possible cardiac explosion, all just while everyone's like having fun with the family and the friends and partying it up. So bizarre, the world we live in today. But yeah, all those complications from the medications makes it worse. A lot of times it makes it worse. Then you have to take pills to counteract those side effects from the other pills, and it's really horrible.
So you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show. Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan. Complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration. Drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
See, some of this he may be saying to her, but the getting up part and the anger and everything, all that, I think every time he stands up, it's like he's stepping out of his body and he's in the room getting angry and screaming and everything. But in front of her, he may be saying nothing. He may be whispering it or saying it calmly. Sometimes he reverts to that, almost like when he steps back in his body and he's just talking like that. But and I just think it's so genius, the whole thing of it, because it's just absolutely poetic. So that way we have a visual representation of what's happening up here.
And I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's it. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic.
Just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. I mean, all of this bottled up that is bursting out. Now, if you want to look at it as a, this part that's in his head, what he's, and then the reality part in a nice clean office, sitting across from a medical professional and, talking. Is this all coming out, or is this mostly in his head and just little bits of it come out? Is he saying it calmly? Is he screaming at her? We don't know. But, all of this, I believe, is what's been bottling up that just wants to pour out. Like, so it's almost like she's opened the floodgates, opened the doors, and now it just stampedes out. It's a tsunami of like everything that's frustrating him. That's at the core of his very being here.
Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus. You're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy,
Even this.
looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pick, boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat.
And he found that out. Well, he found that out way back then. But what's happened now that led him to the Cujo beatdown is because of this commentary. Yeah, cutthroat. Horrible. Horrible. Probably worse now than ever. But there's always been problems because you have these untalented suits that push pens, sign deals, making all the money, using the artists, and then controlling the artists and how they think things should be. That's why he's totally against this. He wants complete freedom of creativity, you know? And it happens everywhere. You know why Prince took that symbol, right? You understand why that happened. In fact, not only did he change his name to that, an unpronounceable symbol, but he would even perform concerts where he would write slave on his face. I mean, you know, he was already waist deep in the muck and, you know, had to fight the system. I've even been reacting to Taylor Swift. I'm a proud Swiftie. I think she's an amazing artist, amazing storyteller. And she also got screwed and lost her babies. Many of them had to go and re-record and take them back because of the original record company and the deals that they made that screwed her. You know, megastar, independent star, they're still connected because they're still artists and they still are getting screwed by the greedy bastards that control the industry. Now he's not dealing with a higher up in the industry at all. He's just dealing with one single person whose name would probably be pretty much unknown if it wasn't for this scenario. And you know, he had to do something about it because he lost his baby. This song, which was like the pin that ties it all together with all the other songs, with his whole album. It just, you know. So, same concept. But he was able to take it back in Ren fashion with his revenge. And to be able to put all those feelings and frustrations into music, into his art, to express himself. And it was brilliant. This is what this is too. All of that. Right into his art. Ren is art. He's a living embodiment of art. Yeah, he doesn't want to be a rich boy, you know? He knows. He just wants to be comfortable, to be able to be a musician, to play what he wants to play, write what he wants, to be his own boss. And that's the most important thing.
Don't you want to be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I'm bleeding myself, I bleed in my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
It still hits hard every time. It hits hard, man. You know, his frustrations, I share. I share them because my wife being chronically ill. So it's that part of life, you know. And his frustrations with the medical industry, big pharma, that's all in there. Then he goes into the music business. He goes into, bleeding the earth dry of its resources for greed. And what will remain? Not the human race. And I think Ren believes that it's going to be the uncontrolled, rampant greed that will bring down humanity, will bring down society. Because that little tiny percentage of people who have all the wealth and don't care about the future of the world and everything, and the planet, and he puts that all out there too. These are all feelings I share with him too. This is why this song is so important for so many of us, because the way we connect to it, the way we relate to it, it's like, for the 3 minutes and 13 seconds, we are Ren, like Spartacus. I am Spartacus. I am Ren. I get it. I feel you. So Renegades, big shout out to you guys. A big shout out to Ren and his masterpiece here, Sick Boy. Live long and rock on. Till the next time, my dear friends, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Uncle Bill loves you guys.